Hey everybody, this is Coach Ali and I'm Steph. Today we're bringing you a full body workout with dumbbells, no repeat.
Absolutely. So the last time we did a dumbbell workout flow for you guys, you received it quite well. So we kind of thought we'll do a little bit more of that with you guys today. As you guys know, every Tuesday 10 p.m. we'll bring you the beginner's version of the workout for the week. And on Thursday at 10 p.m. we'll bring you the advanced version. So this week's going to be no different. We're really going to try and attack that full body workout. We're using a single dumbbell today, and obviously no repeat as far as the process is concerned. All right guys, before we get started, if you haven't already, could you consider hitting that subscribe button, because it's going to help you. You're not going to miss any of the workouts that we bring out for you guys. It's also going to help us as well. It's going to help with the channel growth. We hope you really enjoyed today's full body workout with your dumbbells, and we will
See you on the other side.
see you on the other side. For this exercise, we're going from halo to a stiff leg deadlift. So you can see we're working the halos around our head, transitioning the weight from one arm to the other arm. And then when you're working your stiff leg deadlift, make sure that your knees remain soft straight and make sure that your spine remains nice and neutral throughout your exercise as well. Keep your feet at shoulder width for this one. Now guys, you don't have a full body workout with dumbbells unless you've got some squats in there. So let's start with some goblet squats, and then when you're in that standing position, it's just a rotation of the torso going into those standing twists. Nice and steady, and then center yourself and go for a nice deep squat. Keep your feet parallel at shoulder width or marginally wider. Upright row into a scarecrow with one arm at a time. So this is a fantastic shoulder mobility exercise, guys. Make sure when you're lifting the upright rows, you lift leading with your elbows. And then once your elbow is at the same height as your shoulder, just rotate into that scarecrow nice and steady. Make sure that your feet are at shoulder width, your knees are slightly bent and your hips behind you. We don't want any hips movement during this exercise.
A pair of curtsy lunges for this one, guys. And then when you do both sides, we're going to go feet together and we're going to squat nice and deep. So this type of squat is going to be fantastic for your outer glutes. Make sure your knees remain together and they don't sway. And try to keep your upper body nice and upright. We don't want to tilt forward. Your curtsy lunges should be nice and lengthy. So try to keep a vertical front shin bone for this one. Shoulder press into a lateral biceps curl, and we're going to do this one side at a time. So as part of your full body dumbbell workout flow, we're really going to try and hit the upper body with this one. Make sure that your elbow remains soft straight when you do the extension into the lateral biceps. We don't want to hard straighten that elbow. The other thing would be to keep your hips marginally behind you to protect your back throughout this upright exercise. A pair of side squats to start this combination, guys, and then we're going to go into some crossbody stiff leg deadlifts. So it's basically a reach for the opposite toe or the opposite shin, depending on your flexibility, making sure that you're keeping your back nice and neutral when you do it. When you're doing your side squats, make sure that your feet are nice and parallel and make sure you're nice and wide. A lot of people tend to do this a little short. Get nice and deep into it. Obliques tilt with a stiff leg deadlift for this exercise, guys. One side at a time again. So make sure when you're dropping into the obliques tilt, don't shift your hips away too much. Try to keep it relatively static, and you're trying to create a small letter C with your torso. Then once you return to your neutral position, go into the stiff leg deadlift, But again, keeping your back nice and neutral and just soft straight knees for this one. Bent over biceps curl into a reverse fly, one side at a time for this one, guys. So you can see we're using the opposite hand for a little bit of support. Now make sure your spine remains neutral. Stay nice and heavy using your quadriceps. And then make sure there's no elbow movement when you do the biceps curl. And then when you move into your lateral raise, make sure that your shoulders remain nice and square. Have a go at it. Now guys, it's not a full body workout unless we use our legs through some of those floor exercises as well. So in this case, from a 4 points position, we're going to go into a donkey kick, and then as it comes back, we're going to turn it into a fire hydrant. So the trick with this one is to make sure that you keep your heel tight against your butt. And this is going to help keep the dumbbell in place, but it's also going to help you focus on your hamstrings, your glutes, and your abductors for this one. Alright, for this dumbbell workout flow movement, guys, we're going to start in 4 points and we're going to go into a reverse fly with one hand and then go into a triceps backswing. So with both movements, your elbows should be soft straight, so the rotation's at the shoulders and not at the elbow. Now you can see we're keeping the hips and the shoulders nice and square throughout this exercise as well. This will be a fantastic exercise for your shoulders and triceps, but it'll also be really good for your obliques and intercostals as well. Okay, a fantastic full body dumbbell workout flow movement for this one, guys. Start with your front raise, then go into your deadlift and finish off with some calves raise. You can see the front raise is with a soft straight arm and it pretty much finishes at your eye line. The deadlift is much like a Romanian deadlift, so there's only partial bend in the knees and just making sure that we're keeping the spine nice and neutral, and finish off with a nice tall calves raise. Standing presses for this exercise, guys. So we're going to do a basic standing press in front of you. Engage your core when you're doing this and make sure that you're not moving your hips forward. Your knees should be marginally bent and make sure that your feet are at shoulder width and just really focusing on working your shoulders and working your core for this one. Now you can see when we're twisting, it's a full twist 90 degrees and we're extending all the way out. Your head needs to follow the dumbbell on this one, guys. Alright, neutral grip chest press for this one and a chest fly. So you can see our lower back is pinned against the floor and we're using our opposite hand as a guide. When you do your neutral grip press, make sure that your elbow is tucked in by your ribs. We don't want it hanging out. And then when you do your chest fly, make sure that your elbow remains soft straight the whole time. Steady, controlled movement is the key. You try it. renegade row and a renegade front raise for this exercise. Guys, you can see I'm doing it from a traditional renegade push-up position. My legs are a little bit wider for stability, but then it's just a matter of pulling up that row and then really using your core strength and shoulder strength to get that front raise up. If you've got trouble with this one, or if you're a beginner, you can do it from 4 points. So you can do it the way Steph's doing it. In that supine position, we're going to start with a triceps tape press, and then we're going to go into a wide chest press for this one. So again, make sure you've got your lower back pinned against the floor. Make sure that your feet are flat on the floor. Knees are at shoulder width, so you're nicely supported. When you hit your tape press, make sure there's no movement in that elbow. Keep it nice and static, and then go into a nice wide chest press after that. Starting with your feet and knees together, we're going to go up into a glutes bridge, and then we're going to open up into a butterfly and really get those outer glutes and your erectors fired up. And then just make sure that you're getting full movement. So go all the way up. You've got to hit a straight line from your knee to your shoulder. If you're not hitting that straight line, you're not going high enough. It's a matter of pushing on your heels to get all the way up there if you're having any trouble with it. starting in a frog leg position. We're going to go into some press crunches. We're going to go into some glutes bridges as well. So having this foot position is really going to emphasize the lateral muscles. So we're really going to hit the outer glutes, hit the abductors, and then of course work through your erectors and your abs as well. Make sure you've got nice, steady control over your movement and don't speed it up too much. Skull crusher into a reverse pullover for this one, guys. So make sure when you're doing your skull crusher, your elbows remaining static. We want to make sure there's no swinging in and out or back and forth with that one. And then when you get into that extended position, do your reverse pullover. So this is basically like a front raise, but from a supine position. Keep your lower back pinned against the floor and keep your shoulders nice and square. A 3-in-1 exercise. So we're going to start off with a hammer hand pullover. Then we're going to go into a chest fly and a press crunch to finish off the workout flow. Now make sure that you've got your lower back pinned against the floor so you can see that our knees are bent, the feet are flat on the floor, and it's at shoulder width, so we're nice and stable. So you can see it's soft, straight arms as far as all three exercises are concerned. So the rotation is only at the shoulder. uneven push-ups with a downward dog stretch at the end of it for this one. So you can see the dumbbell is underneath one hand, so it's just making it a little bit uneven. You can see the push-up is with nice control, and then we're pushing back into that downward dog. Now, if you've got difficulty doing push-ups, just do it the way Steph's doing it. So you can see she's doing it from her knees, and then when she pushes back, it looks more like a child's pose than it does a downward dog. In that supine position, we're going to start with a triceps tape press, and then we're going to go into a wide chest press for this one. So again, make sure you've got your lower back pinned against the floor. Make sure that your feet are flat on the floor. Knees are at shoulder width, so you're nicely supported. When you hit your tape press, make sure there's no movement in that elbow. Keep it nice and static, and then go into a nice wide chest press after that.
Well done in getting through the full body workout with dumbbells today, guys. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Now, if you enjoyed your workout with us, guys, if you could consider sharing it on your social media so that your friends can take advantage of it, we'd like to be in a position to be able to help as many people as we can as far as getting you guys into shape and making you guys feel good is concerned. And finally, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's going to keep you guys in the loop for when the new workouts come out. Now, make sure you guys have a fantastic week, and we will catch up with you with another series of workouts next week.
See you soon, guys.